Hello, my name is Isaac and I'm park pondering. Today I'm pondering about how I got here. And I'm not talking about physically because I walked here. I'm not too far from downtown Chico. I'm at picnic site number 1 in Lower Bidwell Park on Maidu Machupta land. But I'm actually talking about how I got here figuratively. Figuratively, how did I get here? I got here because I got a reckless driving ticket in Loudoun County, Virginia on Valentine's Day of 2004. So I got that ticket. Me and my friend were driving around too fast, apparently, with walkie-talkies and got stopped at a red turn signal. Cop pulled up behind both of us and turned his lights on. We both stopped and he gave us both a ticket for reckless driving, which in Virginia meant, at that point, I don't know if it's still going on, that you were going 20 miles over the speed limit. So I went to court with my guardian at the time, thank you MD, and they gave me community service hours. So I went to the county park in the area called Clodmore Park and asked if I could do my community service there. I think it was about 100 hours. They said yes. Gave me some times to be there and showed up, did my time. Afterwards, because it was a job outside where I just drove around on a gator, told people where they could be, where they couldn't be, made sure the sports teams did what they needed to before and after their games, turned on lights, turned off lights, opened gates, shut gates, locked gates, unlocked gates, picked up trash. I was a facility supervisor and it was awesome. I was 17, getting paid $9.50 when the minimum wage was like $5.15 at that point, and I was working before at Staples for like maybe $8.50. So I was like, I'm not stuck inside of Staples having to wear some crappy red shirt telling people to buy a product replacement plan. I was outside doing outside things like a normal living animal should be. So I obviously liked this job, but I was going into the military right after I graduated high school that summer, 2004. And so I wasn't planning on going to college right away after high school. I asked my boss, hey, I'm going into the military after this job. She knew this wasn't a big deal, but I left for boot camp in December of 2004. So I got my ticket in February, started community service in probably March, probably 16 years ago today even, and then finished my community service and then started working there for I think it was $9.50 starting, and then when I turned 18 they gave me $2 extra because at that point too in Virginia you could pay under 18-year-olds less for the same job. Because I was a facility supervisor the whole time. I just changed ages. And ageism is another thing that I'll talk about sometime too. But so I was working at Clodmore Park, loving it. Asked my boss, hey, how do I do this for a living? And she said she had a degree in recreation. She got hers from Penn State though. So I looked into it. There's a Association of Recreation and Park professionals. I forget the exact name, but they also accredit university recreation programs. And only 3 schools in the whole country at that point were accredited in all 4 areas. These were a little private college near Chicago, at Florida State, and California State University in Chico, where I went. So I looked that up while I was working at Clodmore Park, waiting to join the Marine Corps, and I knew I didn't want to go to school in the Chicago area. I didn't really want to go to Florida because it's going to be underwater soon, and I'd been there a few times. It's too muggy. Yeah, it was snow in Chicago was a no. Muggy Florida made that a no. So California sounded like the best idea if I wanted to go to the best accredited recreation school in the country. So I joined the military later on that year in December of 2004, went to boot camp on the East Coast, went to ammo school on the East Coast. That's when they asked me, do you want to go to the, because most military or most Marine Corps jobs sound like they give you an option after your job school. So you go to boot camp, then you go to Marine combat training, then you go to your job school, which mine was ammo school, and that was in Huntsville, Alabama, Redstone Arsenal. And they ask you, do you want to go East Coast, West Coast, or overseas? Usually, if you pick East Coast, you're going to go to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. West Coast, you're going to go to Camp Pendleton, California, and overseas at that point, you'd probably end up in Okinawa, Japan. I chose West Coast. The Carolinas, too southerny for me. I'd never been to Japan, but I'd also never been to the West Coast, and Chico State was on the West Coast, so I picked West Coast. Ended up in Camp Pendleton at Las Pulgas, where the ammo supply point is on that base, and did my 4 years in the military. Right before I got out in 2008, me and my friend LaFoy Guillermo, I should hit him up soon, went on a trip with me. I think it was October, because I ended up in Chico on Halloween night of 2008, trying to get a hotel room here so I could check out the area to go to school here. Needless to say, if you know anything about Chico and Halloween and parties, at that point there was no hotel rooms open, so me and my friend ended up at Beale Air Force Base and stayed on base there at the hotel. But long story short, I got a reckless driving ticket in Virginia, did my community service at a county park, asked my boss how to get a career in that field, and that pointed me and pushed me to end up here in California, Chico specifically, where I am a scientist of recreation now and have my degree. But interesting story, and I'll ponder more about it later, but I hope you enjoyed this first ponderance in the park. I'll see you at the next picnic site. Please give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, share it. Let me know how you got into your degree. Was it a weird story? Have you ever gotten anything good out of a speeding ticket, let me know. Have a great day.